Okay, so today I want to have a look at algebra. Now, algebra is about using letters to represent some number, usually a numeric value associated with something else. Okay, and it's a way of writing a lot of words in a really compact way. For example, the price of 2 apples and 3 bananas in this question. Now, we're not actually told in the question, but we're going to go ahead and assume that the letter we're going to use to represent the price of an apple is the letter A. And the letter we're going to use to represent the price of a banana is going to be the letter B. So the B doesn't represent the banana itself, it's a numerical value associated with the banana. And I'm using the letter B because it's easy to remember it's associated with a banana. But in this question, I'm saying that B represents the price of a banana and A represents the price of an apple. Now we know that A represents the price of 1 apple, so we can say that 2A represents the price of 2 apples. We know that B represents the price of a banana, and we can say that 3B represents the price of 3 bananas. And we can say that 2A plus 3B represents the price of 2 apples plus 3 bananas. We can see we're using the letter A to represent an apple. We're using B to represent, the price of an apple. We're using B to represent the price of a banana. And we're using 2A plus 3B to represent the price of 2 apples plus 3 bananas. And if you submit that there, it checks it, and you'll get your score there. I'm going to say a little bit more about algebra. So, as an example, we've given a question. We're going to use the letter A to represent something, a numeric value, a number associated with an apple. And in this question, we're going to say that the letter A is going to represent the weight of an apple. And I'd have to actually be a bit more specific about that. I'll probably have to say in ounces or something. Okay, I'm using the letter A because it'll help me remember I'm looking at the weight of an apple, and I'm using the letter B because it'll help me remember that I'm looking at the weight of a banana. Now, if A represented the weight of an apple and B represented the price of a banana, then the phrase A plus B wouldn't really make much sense. You can't really have an expression that says I have the weight of an apple plus the price of a banana. But in this question, it does make sense because I'm looking at the weight of an apple plus the weight of a banana. So that's the weight of an apple and a banana together. Now, there's nothing more I can do with this. I can't simplify this anymore because I don't know what the weight of the apple is and I don't know what the weight of the banana is. If I did know what the weight of the apple, let's say I said that the apple weighed 2 ounces and the banana weighed 3 ounces, then I would know that the total weight of an apple plus a banana would be the 2 ounces plus the 3 ounces, and that, of course, would give me the 5 ounces of fruit. And that's called substitution. When I'm going to substitute the value 2 in for A, and I'm going to substitute the value 3 in for B, because I know that the value 2 represents the weight in ounces of an apple, and I know that B represents the weight in ounces of a banana, so I know that this expression means 2 ounces plus 3 ounces gives me 5 ounces. Now, normally we use algebra because we don't know what these values are, but we do know that the weight of an apple and a banana can be represented by A plus B. So the question is, why do I use algebra? Why do I write A plus B? And the answer is fairly simple. It's actually a lot easier to write A plus B than it is to write down the weight of an apple plus the weight of a banana. It just saves a lot of time and it makes it a lot easier to figure out certain questions. And similarly, in English, we wouldn't write down the weight of an apple plus the weight of an apple plus the weight of a banana plus the weight of a banana. We would write down the weight of 2 apples plus the weight of 2 bananas. So when you see algebraic expressions, if you're told what A plus B is, this should make some kind of sense to you. If you know that A is the weight of an apple and B is the weight of a banana, when you see an expression like this, you should know that this is the weight of 2 apples plus the weight of 2 bananas. And unfortunately, in most questions, you're not actually told what the A represents. You're just given some number for it. But it all works the same. So long as the expression makes sense, then expressions like this will also make sense. Now, in this question, we're asked the weight of 2 apples and 2 bananas. Now, we can't simplify this anymore. We can simplify it from here down to here, and that should make sense to you in English because you're simplifying. You've got an apple plus the weight of a banana plus the weight of banana is the same as the weight of 2 apples plus the weight of 2 bananas. You can't simplify this anymore because we don't know what the weight of the apple is and we don't know what the weight of the banana is. If we did know what the weight of the apple is, let's say we knew it was 2, then we know that the weight of 2 apples is twice as much as 2, and we would know that the weight of 2 bananas is twice as much as 3. So we'd know that the weight of 2 apples was 4 ounces, we'd know that the weight of 2 bananas was 6 ounces, and we'd know that the total weight, I have to add them together to get the total weight, would be 10 ounces. So this is a couple of things that we can do with algebra. We can use a letter to represent something, a numeric value, a number associated with something. We can write expressions. An expression is a grouping together of algebraic terms to make some kind of an English sentence. This English sentence here is the weight of an apple plus the weight of a banana. We can simplify expressions by grouping terms together. Because this, whatever this is, we don't know what this letter A is, we don't know what this weight of an apple is, but we do know that if we've got 2 of them, we can just say it's twice the weight of an apple plus twice the weight of a banana. So we can do some simplification if the terms, the algebraic terms, which represent some number, some numeric value, if it's the same number, we don't have to say A plus A, we can now say 2A because it's the weight of 2 apples is 2A. And similarly with B, instead of saying B plus B, we can say 2B. But this is as far as we can simplify it. Once we've simplified it this far, that's all we can do, unless we happen to know what numbers we're using for these values at any time. And that's called substitution. I'm taking out the letter A, and instead of the letter A, I'm putting in the value that A actually represents. Remember, 2A represents twice the weight of an apple. So if the apple weighs 2, then twice the weight of an apple is 2 times 2. Hope that makes sense to you.